Alright guys, there's another slate of comic releases out this new comic book day. It's time to take a look so I can tell you what I'm getting and what you should be on the lookout for. What's up guys, BJ Kicks here. I buy comics, I read them, and I review them, all for your viewing pleasure. So if you're new here, welcome. And if you're not, welcome back. Now on this channel I do comic book unboxings, reviews, haul videos, even previews just like this one. So if you're interested in that type of content, then I suggest you hit that subscribe button, then hit the bell icon so that you're notified when new videos go live. Now at the time of this recording, we're like this close. I think we're like 13 subscribers away from 3,000. As soon as we hit 3,000, I get to announce our next giveaway live stream event. You don't want to miss out. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you check out recent videos to see about any giveaway instructions. I'm really excited, looking forward to seeing you guys there. Now, let's not make this intro too long. New comic book day is tomorrow. There are so many books coming out. There's a lot of books that I'm getting. If you guys saw last week, you know I've been trimming down the pull list, trying to get back under budget every single week. I don't know if I accomplished that goal this week, but there's some books that are ending. There are some new titles coming out. There's really some dope stuff to be excited for. So I always like to run down this list, showing you what covers I'm getting, what the price is, and let's see if we can stay under budget. And like I said, showing off these books, I always like to start with the book that I am most excited for. This week, that is Hardware Season 1, Issue Number 1. Now, Hardware is the last, or for now, the last in the Milestone Returns relaunch series. So we had Static Season 1, then we had Icon and Rocket Season 1, and now we have Hardware Season 1, Issue Number 1. Now, the test with all of these titles has been, how faithful are they to the source material? At the same time, how fresh do they feel? Is this going to be something that's like really pulls in the new readers? Now, I'm really excited because when I announced these creative teams for Hardware, I told you guys that Hardware would be the sleeper hit of the series, and man, I was right. So I'm recording this on Tuesday. So this book is already available online at DC Universe Infinite and in some comic shops on Tuesday already as well. But this book is written by Brandon Thomas, and he does an amazing job with this script. And it's got artwork by original Hardware creator Dennis Cowan, and it's inked by Bill Sienkiewicz, which Dennis Cowan and Bill Sienkiewicz is just a match made in heaven. Like, I could read any book that's drawn, penciled, and inked by that creative combo. But yeah, this Brandon Thomas script, it's faithful to the original, but it's action-packed. It feels new, it feels fresh, and there is a amazing tribute to Dwayne McDuffie in that script. I'll talk to you guys more about it when I do my review after I finish filming this video, so stay tuned for that. But Hardware Season 1, it's got a cover price of $3.99. I'm getting every cover, but I love this cover A. I think my favorite cover out of the bunch is this old school variant, the Dennis Cowan cover B, which is a tribute or an homage cover to Dennis Cowan's cover for Deathlock #1 from Marvel Comics back in the day, back in 1991 when I was born. But anyway, I love those covers. There's a ratio variant. Check out your retailers for more. But anyway, that's the book I'm getting and the book I'm most excited for. So since we're talking about Milestone, which is an imprint of DC Comics, let's continue our list with the DC Comics coming out this week. So next up is Batman Scooby-Doo Mysteries #5. Again, this is just a fun series. I love having these YA titles to kind of break up the darkness and the monotony sometimes with, mainline comic books. So these animated, or this Scooby-Doo adventure, we got Batman in this issue, we got Bane and Huntress being teased on the cover. I can only imagine what type of shenanigans the gang is going to be into, and I've really been enjoying this series. It's just fun. It's one of those guilty pleasure books. But the Batman Scooby-Doo Mysteries has a cover price of $2.99. How can you turn that down? Get one for yourself and get one for your kid. That's what I'm doing, and I'm just getting the cover A. Next up, speaking of Batman, we got a lot of it this week. Batman '89, issue #1. Now, Batman 89 is a brand new series set in the Tim Burton Batman universe. It's basically being looked at as the sequel to the movie. And I wasn't going to get this. I don't need another Batman title in my life, but this book has Harvey Dent as portrayed by Billy D. Williams. Like, that's what we were supposed to be getting. We were supposed to be getting a Billy D. Williams Two-Face in the Batman Returns sequel, and that ended up not happening. Of course, Batman Forever ended up with Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face, but we're gonna right that wrong in these comics, so I'm excited to see how that turns out. Batman 89 issue number 1 has a cover price of $3.99, and I'm just getting cover A. Next up, Challenge of the Super Sons number 5. Still, I'm loving these YA titles. This one was digital first. I've been reading the chapters on Comixology and really enjoying them, so having them in print is just dope. Damian and John, the Super Sons, when they're the same age or when Damian's actually a little bit older. It's just fun. It's the best. But anyway, I love Challenge of the Super Sons. Issue number 5 out of 7. That series is wrapping up soon. It's got a cover price of $3.99, and I'm just getting the cover A. Next up from DC Comics is Detective Comics 1041, written by Mariko Tamaki with artwork by my favorite artist, or one of my favorite artists right now, Dan Mora. When Dan Mora is not on Detective Comics, it definitely takes a dip. But we're on issue 1041. I'm a little bit behind on this series. There's some groundbreaking news coming out of DC Comics. James Tynion is ending his exclusive deal with DC, or not renewing it rather, and he's leaving the Batman. He's leaving Gotham after issue 117, which is really quickly approaching. So all this stuff with the Magistrate and everything, I'm wondering how that's going to wrap up, and that's kind of making me want to go ahead and binge read Batman and Detective Comics to get caught up, although I feel like I'm going to miss Tynion when he's gone. But anyway, we can talk about that later. Detective Comics 1041 has a cover price of $4.99. Of course, DC Comics, $4.99. I'm just getting the cover A. Next up from DC Comics, man, has every book been a Bat book? Every book on my DC Comics list is Batman related in some way. Next up is I Am Batman issue number 0. I Am Batman, written by John Ridley, of course, following the adventures of Tim, aka Jace Fox, the next Batman. So obviously, John Ridley's run was supposed to be a longer, unbroken run. Instead, we've got a bunch of different miniseries or maxi series going on. We had Future State, the next Batman. We had the next Batman Second Son, which I just finished binge reading. And now we've got I Am Batman. So the next Batman Second Son was a lot of setting up family drama and trying to resolve certain plot points or set up certain plot points. But in I Am Batman, it was like we're finally going to get the next Batman in action in Gotham, doing what he's supposed to be doing. I'm excited for it for that reason. Olivier Coipel is going to be doing the art for the main series. I'm not sure if he's doing this 0 issue, but I'm excited to see how things are set up. That's got a cover price of $4.99, and I'm just getting the cover A. Next from DC Comics, if you want to know what's going on in the DC universe, the multiverse, the omniverse, you got to be reading this series. This is Infinite Frontier, issue number 4 out of 6. So we're on the tail end of this arc, seeing what's going on in the multiverse. We got President Superman on the cover here, looking like a cross between like Muhammad Ali and the dad from Moesha. I don't know. But anyway, I'm behind on this series, but I'm definitely going to binge read it all at one time. Infinite Frontier number 4 has a cover price of $4.99, and I'm just getting the cover A. And lastly, on my DC Comics pull list from James Tynion himself, this is Joker, issue number 6. Now, I'm behind on this series. I'm behind on every series. I don't have to say it every time, right? What I've been doing is, like, the week a book comes out that I really want to read, I'll just binge read the rest of the series and get caught up that way. So slowly but surely, I'm making my way through this to-read pile. But the Joker, James Tynion is staying on the Joker through issue 14. I feel like I'm going to be reading this book a lot more since Tynion is leaving Batman soon. And I just, I don't want to be done with James Tynion yet. I love his work in Batman. I haven't read a lot of his creator-owned stuff. I missed the boat with Something's Killing the Children. Department of Truth I actually do have, but haven't read all of it yet. But he's got a bunch of titles he's about to launch. Anyway, this isn't the James Tynion show, but Joker number 6. It's got a cover price of $5.99 for some reason, and I'm just getting the cover A. And that rounds out my DC Comics pull list. If I stick to the list, I don't buy anything extra, then I'm just looking at spending $36, which is a little high this week. $36 is my DC Comics total. Let's move on to Marvel. So, first up from Marvel is a series that is ending with this issue. This is Children of the Atom issue number 6. I've only read the first 2 issues of this series, but when I found out it was a limited series, I figured I might as well see it through instead of buying a trade and wasting more money. So, Children of the Atom number 6, written by Blvd Ayala, it's got a cover price of $3.99. This is the final issue. If you're looking out for that, I'm getting the cover A. Next up is Miles Morales Spider-Man issue number 29. This is detailing the fallout from the Clone Saga. I guess you could call it an epilogue of sorts, setting up new plot points, kind of expounding on things, wrapping things up. I enjoyed the first 2 issues of the Clone Saga. I think I'm 2 issues behind on this series as well. And this was my first exposure to the Miles Morales comic. So far, so good. Saladin Ahmed is doing a great job. Dialogue is great. I love this book so far. So that's got a cover price of $3.99, and I'm just getting the cover A. Next from Marvel is Spider-Man, Spider's Shadow, issue number 5. Written by Chip Zdarsky, this is revamping the Marvel What If line, turning it from a single issue thing to a miniseries thing. And so this is what if Spider-Man became Venom, basically never got rid of the black suit, how would life be? I literally have not read a single issue of this, but it's only a 5-issue maxi. I figure there's no need to buy the trade if I got the single issue, so I have the single issues now. I don't know, man. I don't know. But it's got a cover price of $3.99, and I'm just getting the cover A. And lastly, on the Marvel Comics pull list, this is X-Force issue number 22. X-Force is the one X-Men book that I have not gotten caught up on since Ten of Swords ended. And I got to get back on it because I love X-Force. I love just the covert ops, the action, the violence, the blood. Like, I love that about X-Force. That and Wolverine are 2 of my favorite titles on shelves right now. And they're both being written by Benjamin Percy. I believe this one has artwork by Josh Cassara, who just does an amazing job. I want to read that like as soon as I finish this video now. Anyway, it's got a cover price of $3.99, and I'm just getting the cover A. Now, that's it for my Marvel Comics pull list. You know, a light week. Great. Only 4 books. 2 of those books are series that are ending, and I'm trying so hard not to replace them with anything else on the pull list. Let's just let those be gone. Keep those out of the budget. But my Marvel total this week is just going to be $16 before taxes and discounts. Now that Marvel's done, let's move on to the independent and creator-owned titles, right? Smaller publishers. So first up from Image Comics is Bitterroot, issue number 15. Bitterroot, written by David Walker, Chuck Brown, art by Sanford Green. Dude. So I bought the first 2 trades of this series. You guys saw it in my graphic novel haul from last month. I read like the first 4 issues in one sitting, and I really love this series. I'm kind of torn as to whether or not I want to continue buying the single issues or just pick up the trades. My pull list is kind of heavy right now. But I really love this series and I want to read it either way. But Bitterroot issue 15's got a cover price of $3.99, and I'm just getting the cover A. Next up, from Scout Comics, this is Black Cotton issue number 4. Now, I thought this was coming out last month. It must have gotten delayed. Thanks to Brian Hawkins, I was able to read an advanced copy of this issue. And this issue is great. So this one is just dealing with the fallout from the shooting. We get more of the victim's side of the story, and we see the media spin machine at work, trying to victim blame and do all the things that people do when, you know, there's a racially motivated or seemingly racially motivated police event. It's very interesting seeing the roles reversed, and it's definitely also interesting seeing the generational divide and how this family is handling the aftermath of this situation. This book ends with issue 6, and I'm honestly not ready for it to end. So issue 5, I'm really looking forward to, but issue 4 is definitely dope as well. You should check it out if you're not already. So Black Cotton number 4 has got a cover price of $3.99, and I'm just getting the cover A. And lastly, from Boom Studios, this is Eve, issue number 4. Now, issue number 5 is the final issue of Eve. I've read the first 2. We've got this dystopian future brought on by the effects of global warming. And I need to get caught up because on this cover, we got Eve and it looks like she's battling herself. Is she looking in the mirror? Is there a clone? Like, what's going on with the world? I'm excited to see what's going on with that. I really enjoyed the first 2 issues of this series, and I expect I'm going to enjoy the last 3 as well. But Eve has a cover price of $3.99, and I'm just getting the cover A. And that's it for my new comic books this week. So if I just stick to the list, I'm not going to hit my budget. I'm not. But I'm only spending $64. That's not bad. That's not bad. I can, go without an action figure or something and make that money up this month. So I'm very excited about that. By the way, Free Comic Book Day is this Saturday, the 14th. I'm going to do a separate video about all the books you need to be on the lookout for, but you definitely want to make your way to a local comic book shop on Saturday to pick up your free comics. There are a lot of great books to look out for. If you are in the Raleigh area, then you should hit up my local shop, Ultimate Comics Raleigh. Their Free Comic Book Day event starts at 10 a.m. You're going to want to get in that line early, though. They've already pre-made the bags of free comics. I mean, there are stacks and stacks. So the earlier you get there, the more comics you'll get, the better comics you'll get. And I'm really excited about it. Maybe I'll even see you there. So I'll leave details in the description below, and be on the lookout for a separate video that I'm doing all about Free Comic Book Day. I just wanted to let you guys know that that was coming up. But anyway, what are you guys getting this week? What book are you most excited for? Have you read anything that came out yet on the DC Comics side? What'd you think of it? Let me know in the comments below. If you really want to talk comics with me, then you need to join the K Squad. It's a group that I have on Facebook full of super dope comic book fans. We are coming up on 400 members in that group. So it's definitely the place to be, and we got some exclusive giveaways coming up for K-Squad members as well. So while you're in the description checking out the K-Squad, check out our channel sponsors and get all kinds of goodies and discounts in the description below. Until next time, I'll see you in another video very soon. Hope you saw something you liked in this video, and if not, that's cool. You can always buy what you like. Just make sure you read what you buy, and be nice to others, because kindness makes the world go round. Peace.